Hey Kathryn, so this is like my month in my first month in New York, I think. I might be in the second month now, but I spent a couple weeks doing TA orientation since I'm teaching for Gen Chem labs. I have 2 sections, about 48 students. But when I moved here, I have to establish my New York residency, so that next year the department can only pay in-state tuition. So I changed my license over to New York. I'll keep it back here because I don't want my driver's license number to get out. But it's all black and white and stuff. I don't know why they do that. So I got my new driver's license for New York. I had to register to vote in New York. And then my lease will be my third point of residency. And then teaching has been pretty okay so far. The first day I had research from like 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., which is I start teaching at 3. And I was wearing like my Nike Air shoes and Nike Max Air all day long, and my pinky toe went numb and my feet were hurting really, really bad. So I got some insole inserts and it didn't really help that much, but so I decided to bite the bullet and go to Dick's Sporting Goods and get Brooks. So they're like almost $200, but they have like better arch support and good bounce and everything. So I haven't worn them yet because I don't teach for another week or 2. So let's hope my toes keep their feeling. I still haven't felt I haven't felt my pinky toe in like 3 days. I'm still waiting for it to come back. Apollo got shaved. He's down. He looks like Dobby from Harry Potter or Gollum from Lord of the Rings. So ugly. And he got a lion's tail because most of his tail was matted, but she decided to leave some at the end. So it's kind of ugly. And he's laying on my meditation pillow. I have to meditate now since those migraines cause me to go blind and stuff. So I try to meditate every night for like 30 minutes or less. I usually sit there for 30 minutes because I spend like half that time distracted. So I'm not really a successful meditator yet, but I haven't had any migraines yet, so I'm still good. And this week, all labs are canceled, so I didn't have to teach this week because Rosh Hashanah is the Jewish holiday. Binghamton celebrates Jewish holidays as well because I think the school has a lot of Jewish students. The school also has a lot of Asian students, but I guess there's no Asian holidays. But Rosh Hashanah is like the Jewish New Year's, so we get Monday and Tuesday no classes and stuff. So Wednesday we start back classes, and then all week I've been grading the lab reports from last week, and it's been taking me like hours, and I've been trying to like give so many points, and I feel like they're going okay right now. And this is like what my schedule looks like for the week. So I only have like 2, like these are the 2 labs that I teach, and then I only have like 2 real classes up here, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But then like for all their classes they have these discussions at night. We didn't have that at Western, but they have for most classes, not all of them, but for most classes you have to do Monday, Wednesday lecture time, and then one night of the week you have to go to the big class discussion, and you just sit there and either talk about like the homework or take quizzes or take exams or whatever. I've only been to one so far, and we just went over the homework, which was kind of redundant since he posted the answer key online and just went over the answer key, so that was kind of a waste of time, but... Hey, Kathryn. Do you want to talk about my commonplace book? It's like the best thing ever, and it's like leathery. And so you basically just write like everything you want to remember in one place. I just saw somebody do it online, and I thought it was like the coolest thing, because I always wanted to keep a book, but I'm like horrible at writing diaries and stuff. So I'll tell you what's like, I've only written like 4 or 5 pages, but I've got my favorite poem, and then some common phrases from English to French. And I've got like my family tree. I got the jambalaya recipe. And then I did some Gallifreyan words. I made it, and then a little bit more into my Scottish ancestry. And here's another poem, Do Not Go Gentle Into That Good Night. You probably know it, but it's like one of the best poems. Then I've got a tattoo page of the ones I already have, and then the ones that I want to get. And then I've got another recipe for those chocolate oatmeal cookies. Then I've got a wine page, so these are all my favorite wines. I've got the red ones from Williamsburg, Sweet Red by Bellable, and then the 2 white wines from Olive Garden, the Moscatos. And over here I've got like a tiny grocery list of what I get every time I go to the grocery store. And then I've got like, I've started presidential candidates, their major points and stuff. I've only gotten like, I really only did Bernie Sanders, and I don't think I'm going to vote for anybody else anyway. And then I've got the recipe for Brunswick stew. And then this last page is just a method I found on studying textbooks, which is used by Ivy League schools and everything, because I've been like, I know I have to make a B or above to pass my grad classes, and I've already got like a 70 on a quiz, so I decided to like buckle down and do this. And it's like survey, so skim through the chapter, questions, write subtitles in the form of questions, and then go through and read paragraph by paragraph and answer these questions. And then afterwards, like, leave your notes behind and go recall everything you can remember and take note of what you forget, and then review. So just reread everything. But I read that recall should take the most time. And then I was also going to like use the iPhone recorder to record my reading out loud, which would work as recitation as well, and then just listen to it when I sleep, because somebody said that like you can retain memories from when you're sleeping and stuff, so maybe it'll help. Maybe I'll hear it in my sleep, and then it'll stick. And the problem with this method is that it takes forever, but I've got a couple days here and there. We've got 2 more days this week that we're celebrating Jewish holidays again, so I've got 2 more days to catch up on all my chapters and classes, and then hopefully it'll be easy to stay caught up, because it'll only be like a chapter at a time. I've pretty much decided on my research group, which is biophysical chemistry, and so I'm going to do researching purifying proteins, and it's cancer research, but it doesn't have to be. It's like, it could be any proteins like E. coli and other viruses and diseases and stuff, but the end goal is cancer, because we're learning about binding proteins, like protein binding sites, and one of the mechanisms that makes it open and close, and I don't know, I haven't done too much in it. I've done a training day in the lab, and then I've gone to a few group meetings. The problem with that is that I didn't take much biochemistry in my undergrad. I only took 1 class, and so they know, like, the undergrads that do the research, they know way more than I do, because I'm not a biochemist. But I think I'm going to focus on calorimetry, which was mostly in chemistry strictly. Which is just like measuring the temperature of a reaction, kind of. So I think I'm going to go into biophysics, which is PChem, and I don't know if I'm going to take a basic biochem class or not, but... Oh, and I got this fountain pen at Barnes & Noble, and it's just, like, amazing. It makes my handwriting look so much better than it is. I was writing in it in my commonplace book, and then I decided I'm almost out of red ink already, because red ink is supposed to be the ink that helps you remember the most. But I think I'm gonna grade my students' papers with it so they think I'm neat.